Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm if I'm audible.
Yeah, very clear.
All right, thank you so much. Um, okay, so it's a minute. Okay, it's exactly 5:30. So we are not going to waste time. We're just going to start off with our program today. All right. So my name is Leonora, and I'm going to be your moderator for today's program. And I do welcome you all specially to today's session. And it promises to be fun, exciting, and educative, as you wouldn't want to miss any of our speakers today. You're going to be learning. You're going to be leaving here with nuggets of wisdom, which I wouldn't want you to miss. So stay glued to your seat, and then we will start off right now. Thank you so much. So, without wasting much time, I'm going to say a word of prayer and then we will start. Most ever loving Father, we give you all the glory. We give you all the honor and adoration for how far you have brought us. We thank you for a day like this, a time like this. We thank you that we are about to learn, we are about to improve on ourselves, we are about to move from one step to the other. We ask our God, you journey with us. You help us in every step of the way. And at the end of the day, we will not forget to give you your glory, honor, and adoration. There's a many things we have asked in the name of our loving Father. In Jesus' mighty name, have we prayed with thanksgiving. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. At this point, I want to be very sure I can be heard. Can I
Loud and
hear?
yeah.
Okay, I can be heard. All right. Thank you so much. So, welcome once again to our program for today. Uh, if somebody is on the call and the person can actually give us what we are doing today, I'll be so grateful. That tells me that indeed you know why you are here. So, if anybody is around and the person would want to share with us why we are here, I'll be glad. I'm giving in just 30 seconds for anybody at all to let us know why we are here today. Okay, so if you can type, you can just say in the comment section, if you can chat and let me know what we are doing here today, that will be of so much relief. If you can just put it in a chat in the chat box, that would also be awesome. So we know what we are doing today. Okay. All right. So we are doing, or our program today is the Campus to Career Bootcamp, an Excel edition. We are going to be looking at how we can transition from campus to career. And so, before I actually let the founder of Impact Mind Network to have his presentation or to give us a word before we start, I would actually like to start by saying that. So, welcome once again, each and everyone, and then good evening. Welcome to the Campus to Career Bootcamp Excel Edition, proudly presented by Impact Minds Network. Today, we are not just gathered for another training. We are here because the journey from campus to career is no longer automatic. Degrees are important, but skills, strategy, and visibility are what truly open doors in today's job market. Over the next few days, this bootcamp will equip us with practical Excel skills, and beyond that, the career tools employers actually are looking out for. How to position yourself on LinkedIn, how to also write professional emails, and how to craft a good CV that is compelling and can be noticed. You are going to be learning from industry professionals who have walked this path, built real solutions, and are here to help you move from potential to performance. So I encourage us once again to stay curious, stay engaged, ask questions, and most importantly, take this experience seriously, because by the end of this bootcamp, you shouldn't just feel inspired, you should rather feel prepared. Thank you, and I welcome you specially to the Campus to Career Bootcamp Excel Edition. So, without wasting much time, I'm going to call upon our founder, Mr. David Eche Somenu, to give us a welcome address. Thank you so much, sir, and do have the floor.
Thank you so much, Nora. Thank you, everyone who is on the call. I want to see if you are here. So if you are here, type I'm here. I'm excited. I'm excited. Type I'm reading everything. Let me see the people who are here. Let me see the active ones who are here. I'm excited. I'm excited. Start typing. Type and let's see. All right. So for us not to waste much time, quickly let me just start. So once again, good evening, everyone. Before we begin, let me just ask a simple question. And this question, you don't need to answer me, or you just have to, have the question and think about it yourself. Why are you really here? Why are you really here? Is it just to learn Excel, or is because you are tired of feeling unprepared, overlooked, or unsure about what comes after campus? We all know that the truth today is that today's job market doesn't reward certificates alone any longer. And so that your degree that you're having, people are not really, or people don't really care about that degree that you have any longer. Only that degree that you have, they don't care about it any longer. What the world of work is rewarding today are skills, clarity, and ability to add value. So the question is, can you add value? And so we've designed this bootcamp, the Campus to Career Bootcamp, to be able to equip you with the skills that you need to add value anytime you have the opportunity. And so over the next 3 days, we'll move beyond theory. We are more focused on practical work, learning by doing, and we'll do that with real world examples that will really test your skills. I believe that this is not just a training, it is a mindset shift. And so I challenge you to be present, ask questions, practice intentionally, and take responsibility for your growth. I know that if you commit fully, these 3 days can change how your career journey and opportunities will begin to find you. Once again, I want to welcome all of us to the bootcamp, and I believe that the next 3 days is going to be the game changer that you actually need to go forward in your career. So thank you once again, and let's get it started.
So, Mr. David Someno is the founder of Impact Minds Network. Just a little introduction about him for those of us who don't actually know Mr. David Echesomenu. Okay, so a brief profile about the founder of Impact Minds Network. Mr. Somenu is a leadership and career development advocate, data analytics professional, and the founder of Impact Minds Network, an initiative committed to bridging the gap between academic learning and the world of work. With a strong passion for youth development, he has dedicated his career to equipping students and young professionals with practical, in demand skills that enhance employability and skills that enhance employability and career readiness. Drawing from his background in data analytics, research, and environmental sustainability, Mr. Nosomenu brings a results driven and solution oriented approach to training and mentorship. He believes that beyond academic qualifications, today's graduates must develop analytical thinking, professional communication, and workplace relevant competencies to thrive in an increasingly competitive job market. Through his work, he has trained and mentored hundreds of students across Ghana and other parts of Africa, helping them translate theoretical knowledge into real world applications. As the visionary behind initiatives such as the Campus to Career Bootcamp, Mr. Somenu has created practical platforms that expose young people to data analytics, leadership development, and essential employability skills. His programs are designed to prepare participants not just for employment, but for long term career growth and impact. Mr. Somenu is widely respected for his commitment to youth empowerment and his ability to inspire action oriented learning. Through Impact Minds Network, he continues to champion a future where young people are adequately skilled, confident, and positioned to contribute meaningfully to organizations and national development. So that was a very brief profile about the founder of Impact Minds Network. And he's actually the brain behind what we are doing today, which I think is so essential as it has come at the right time for us to know how exactly we can transition as students into the real life or into the real world. So, after his brief welcome address, we'll just go into it and then we'll not waste our time over here because today we have lots of things that we would want you to take notice of. And so, the next person to give us his presentation, or the very first presentation, I should say, we're going to be looking at LinkedIn optimization. And sometimes you go on LinkedIn, you don't know how to structure your profile, you don't know what to put over there, you don't know if you're actually doing the right thing. What are the differences? What are there for you to know, or what is there for you to, take notice of in order to boost your visibility on LinkedIn? This is not going to be introduced by anybody other than Mr. Abednego Ehuron. A brief profile about Mr. Abednego. Um, for over 5 years, Mr. Abednego Ehuron has dedicated himself to a single powerful mission, empowering young minds to discover and unlock their true potential. Through the Negos Hub community, a transformative support platform he founded, Mr. Ehuron creates pathway for youth to drive through mentorship, skills development, and leadership training. At Negos Hub community, the focus is clear and impactful, nurturing young minds through dedicated mentorship programs, sharpening in-demand skills via the innovative Nego Skills Training (NST), and building the next generation of purpose-driven, impactful leaders equipped to shape their communities and industries. Professionally, Mr. Abednego brings the same commitment to excellence and strategic growth to his role as administrator and maintenance team lead at Contractor Construction UK, where he oversees critical operations including fleet control, and comprehensive maintenance planning, ensuring operational efficiency and sustainability. Beyond his entrepreneurial and corporate pursuits, Mr. Ehuron plays a vital leadership role within Ghana's engineering community. As a committee member of the Youth in Engineering, a dynamic wing of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, he contributes to strategic initiatives focused on the growth, development, and welfare of young engineers across the nation. He also serves as the media and publicity manager, spearheading the organization's digital presence and outreach efforts. Mr. Ehuren embodies a rare combination of vision, dedication, and service, committed to raising up the next generation of leaders while driving excellence in every sphere he touches. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, join me welcome Mr. Abednego Ehron, founder of Nego's Hub. Please let's give it up for him. And thank you so much, sir, for making it to today's bootcamp. You're welcome, sir. Please, you may have the floor.
All right, thank you very much, Leonora. Right, thank you very much for the introduction. David, thank you so much for the opportunity. Giving me to speak to your people. Right, I'm trying to share my screen. I don't know why, but okay. All right. Yes. So once again, thank you very much, Madam Moderator and the founder for Impact Mind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yes, as usual, we are here to discuss things that would help the young people out there, right? So I believe that those on the call are ready. And yes, if you are ready, send ready in the chat box so that I will know that yes, I have active people here who are ready to learn something. It's rather unfortunate I can't get a direct feedback from you, but I think the chat would also do us good. Yeah, so if you are ready, just put in the chat ready. Okay, yeah, Dave. Yeah, thank you, Dave. Oh, come on, come on. I believe, okay, thank you, Pius. Thank you, Isaac. Good, good. The rest, why, what's up? I would want to feel the vibe, yeah. So just put in ready and let's kick the ball. Okay, all right, great, Rahel, thank you. Joyce, good, 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 good. Yeah, so it means that we have active people here. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so LinkedIn is one of the, thank you, God's love, thank you very much. Oh wow, I like the energy you guys are giving me already. I like it. Thank you so much. I like it. Yes, so this is going to be a very short presentation, and I believe that we've all heard more about LinkedIn, right? And yeah, thank you, Rahel. Okay, okay, I think it's Rahel. All right. Yeah, so we've all heard more about LinkedIn every blessed day. People are talking about LinkedIn, right? So today we are going to just discuss and then learn some things we need to know so that we build our brand, even as we also build our skills in Excel, right? Yeah, Benis, thank you very much. Oh, I like the energy. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this evening, I had wanted this to be a very interactive one, but it's unfortunate that we have to use the chat, and this is really limiting me. But we will still do it. Okay. All right. So LinkedIn, LinkedIn mastery and organic growth. I would want to know from my audience, what do you know about LinkedIn? Maybe a short note will do. What do you know about LinkedIn? I believe one way or the other you've heard about LinkedIn. Maybe you have an account, you know, yeah, you've seen people there posting and all that. What's LinkedIn? What do you know about LinkedIn? A quick one, a quick one, a quick one, a quick one. Okay, I believe that people are typing, right? I believe, yes, I would want to believe that people are typing. So LinkedIn is just like any other social media platform. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you. All right, great. So LinkedIn is just like any other social media platform, right? Like Instagram, like X, like Facebook, name them, right? It's a social media platform. But there is something unique about LinkedIn. That is why we've gathered here to, share more insights on this platform. LinkedIn has got over 1 billion users. Yes. And one thing that makes LinkedIn unique is that it's a place to actually build a professional brand for yourself. It's a place to actually connect with industry people, right? It's a place to make money. It's a place. Okay, good. Yeah. So Dave says that LinkedIn is a professional space for building your career, connecting with people in your exactly just like what I'm saying, and sharing what you are learning and working on. Exactly. Isaac says that LinkedIn is an educational platform for growth and publicity purposes. Yes, it goes beyond that. I mean, LinkedIn has a lot of benefits, right? So today we are going to look at how best we can make good use of this platform. All right. Now, before we even talk about optimizing your profile, no, I would want us to talk about this important thing: finding your purpose. I have seen that there are a lot of people on LinkedIn, especially the young people, right, who are on LinkedIn just because they are told to be on LinkedIn. They are on LinkedIn because a friend told them, Charlie, I heard LinkedIn is a place that you can get a job. Oh. I heard, I mean, if you want internship, you could go there, right? So today we are going to actually discuss into detail why you need to be on LinkedIn and then the need to have purpose on LinkedIn. Good. So finding your purpose on LinkedIn is very important. Even before you start thinking about optimizing your profile. Let me share this story. Back in level 200, that was uh, somewhere 2022, a colleague friend of mine introduced me to LinkedIn, right? Or introduced LinkedIn. And I was like, Abed, LinkedIn is a very good place. You could be and then get a job and internships. So why don't you create an account and join the platform? Because in Ghana, after graduation, Charlie, the hustle is real, and you need someone to connect you. And LinkedIn has a lot of connectors. So build or create the account and then start building on LinkedIn. Anyway, that was the reason why I hopped on LinkedIn, just to go and look for a job. Even though I was now in, I mean, back then I was in 300. So, you know, I was planning for my future. That Charlie, at least I would have to be on the platform. And then if by chance I meet someone and then, I connect with the person and then, like most of you, right? But LinkedIn goes beyond that. Now, when I say that find your purpose, what do I mean? So when I got the account, I was on LinkedIn. I was just existing on LinkedIn, like some of you. You will just open the app, go there, read some, stories or some content, and then you just like, repost, and then that is it. You vanish. It takes 2 3 days, then you come back again just to warm up your the pew, right? That was what I was doing until I met one lady, Edna Frimpong. And I believe by now most of you know Edna Frimpong. Edna is one of the, I would say, prominent content creators on LinkedIn, right? So when I met Edna Frimpong, how did I meet her? I chanced upon her post, right? She was talking about how she makes the shoes. So I wondered, I was like, what at all is a shoemaker girl doing on LinkedIn? Because LinkedIn there, it's for a professional space. People, right? People who are like, for instance, bankers, managers, HR professionals. These big top groups. So what at all is a shoemaker girl doing on LinkedIn? So out of curiosity, I followed her, and then I was following her content. She would create stories, she would tell her story. And so I was like, wow, a shoemaker girl is, making this difference. So then it means that as a mechanical graduate, I can also make a difference, right? So that was where I got the inspiration from, right? And I was like, okay, go. In fact, I think it's high time I took this LinkedIn thing serious. So I was following her posts. I would read, and then I realized that this is someone who has, or I mean, yes, who has deliberately or is very intentional in showing up on LinkedIn. She would show up on LinkedIn. She would share her story, the failures, the successes, the difficult times, all these things. She was sharing them, and this thing blew my mind when she raised 20,000 Ghana cedis all from LinkedIn. I was like, man, I need to take LinkedIn serious. So I asked myself, how can I, or how would I build on LinkedIn? Then the first question came, why do I want to build on LinkedIn? Now, this is what a question that most people are failing to ask themselves. Why do you want to build on LinkedIn? Why do you want to be on LinkedIn? Are you on LinkedIn because someone told you to be on LinkedIn? Like how the colleague of mine, I mean, friend of mine told me to join LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn because you want to actually build something for yourself? Are you on LinkedIn to make money? Are you on LinkedIn just to share your certificate and then that is it? Are you on LinkedIn to connect with people? Are you on LinkedIn to share inspirational messages? Why do you want to be on LinkedIn? Look, until you answer this question, I think that you have no business thinking about optimizing your profile. Because even if you create the account, you optimize your profile and you don't have purpose, you would chase the unnecessary stuff. Like you'll be chasing likes, you'll be chasing, unnecessary metrics. But I believe that when you get the question right, why do you want to be on LinkedIn? That would really help a lot. Now, what do you want to be known for? After answering the question why you want to build on LinkedIn, what do you want to be known for? So when we mention Edna Frempong, everyone knows, oh, the shoemaker girl, right? What comes to mind? Oh, that young lady who is into shoemaking, she goes out there, she visits deprived communities, she shares sandals and all that to the children, right? So she's known for something. When we mention Mariam Majid, the one thing that comes to mind is the brand lady. She talks about branding. She shares stories about branding. What would you want to be known for? So don't just exist on LinkedIn. No, it's an error. What do you want to be known for? Now, what value do you bring to the table? Or what value can you bring to the table? So this evening, I would leave these three questions for you to answer them. Okay? Sit down and ask yourself, why do I want to build on LinkedIn? Why is there a need to build on LinkedIn? What do I want to be known for? What value do I bring to the table? And trust me, when you are able to answer these three questions, your growth on LinkedIn will be consistent and it would be mind blowing. Trust me. So before we even dive in, please and please again think about these three questions. Why do you want to build on LinkedIn? What do you want to be known for? What value do you bring to the table? All right. Now, let's about optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Now, this is a visual, I would say, diagram I have, put in place just to ensure that we all understand what I'll be talking about. Now, first impressions really matter. Believe it or not, first impressions really matter. Have you ever experienced this before, where you go to a place and you meet someone you've never spoken to the person before? I mean, that is the first time you've met the person, but the person's first impression is so bad that you don't even want to talk to the person. It happens. The same thing applies to how we show up on LinkedIn. So the reason why people don't connect or wouldn't want to connect with you is because you are not making the right impression, because you've not spent time on building your profile, because you've not invested enough time or enough money to even build your profile. And one of the things I always tell young people is that, look, whether you like it or yes, okay, you are a living brand. You are known for something, whether you like it or not. So it will be better you take charge of your brand and be intentional about it. When I came to understand this fully, I decided to take my personal brand seriously. I want to be known for something where, I mean, when my name is mentioned, oh, I bet they go, oh, the guy who talks about youth empowerment, the guy who is into, yes, be known for something, right? So, first impressions really matter. And trust me, when you've built your profile, there is no one on LinkedIn you would send a connection request to, and they would, I mean, ignore or not mind you. When you've properly invested time and money into building your profile, believe me, people would start reaching out to you. People will start connecting with you. The moment I took my profile seriously, if I'm to tell you the kinds of people who reach out to me, just to partner with us and all that. So first impressions really matter. Now I'll talk about your banner. Um, I believe you can see from the screen, we have a custom banner art. Now this is where you showcase your expertise, your mission, or social proof. Avoid default patterns, right? People go out there and then they go and download, these usual background photos from, I think, Canva, and then they come and put it there. No, be intentional about it. Show your expertise on your banner, LinkedIn banner. Okay, what do you do? What value are you bringing on board? If you remember, I asked that, what would you want to bring on board? What value would you want to bring to the table? All these things should be on your banner. Who are you helping? Right? So if you are that person who is into graphic design, maybe you help bring ideas, to life. Maybe you are that lady who talks about branding. What are you bringing on board? What value are you bringing? Okay, so the banner is where you showcase all these things, your expertise, your mission, why maybe you've decided to build on LinkedIn. It should be there. Social proof, maybe you worked for a company or you did something for someone and then the person gave a very good review. You could put it there. Okay, I think Yasmin Alec has that on his banner. He has social proof, people he has worked with, right? And then they've shared their reviews. He has put them on his banner. So it's very important to be intentional about your LinkedIn banner. Don't leave it to chance. Don't just go to Canva and then download. If you can pay someone to design a LinkedIn banner for you, please do it. It doesn't cost much. Just pay the person. Let the person give you a very professional banner, right? And trust me, it adds up to your brand. It really does. For me, I'm a graphic designer, so these things are a bit easier for me to do, right? So I can just wake up one day and be like, oh no, let me do this tweaking out. Yes, but maybe for you, you might not have that skill. But there are people out there who are helping people build their brands, right? Reach out to them, let them design a very good quality LinkedIn background for you, and you would come and thank me later, right? Now we are looking at headshots. We need a high quality headshot, professional, well lit, and friendly. Aim for a shoulders up framing. These are very specific terms in here. We need a high quality headshot. There are times I would come across a profile and then that person has, used a full picture as their headshot. And I'm like, bro, why? Who are you going to impress? No one is interested in seeing your full dress. No, we want to see your full face so that when someone sees you out there, oh, this person, I know him. I remember somewhere last year, I met one guy I've never met before, right? And then he was like, are you Abednego? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know him from LinkedIn. I'm like, oh, wow. Because he has seen my picture, he has seen my headshot. So we want to see your full face. It should be friendly. Don't upload, one that you frowned or one that, you look too serious. No, it should be friendly. It should be welcoming. Okay. And aim at shoulders up. It means that it should, your shoulders should be in the circle. That is up, the upper side of your shoulders, right? Yes. And then about 80% of your face should cover the the headshot circle. So please take a high quality headshot. Now AI is available, right? So get a very good picture, upload, get a clean prompt, give it to chat GPT, it will do it for you, right? Gemini AI is there. Let's leverage these tools to build ourselves. Okay, so now it's not even important to go to the studio to take a photo shoot. No, AI will do it for you, right? Just get a correct prompt and you're good to go. So it's very important. Don't forget, first impressions really matter. You want to connect with that industry man, that's a big woman out there, but you don't have a picture. The moment you send them the request, they would, in fact, they wouldn't even mind you because they would see that this person is not serious, right? But if you have a welcoming headshot in there with a clean LinkedIn background, trust me, who wouldn't want to connect with someone who looks serious? Okay, good. Now I'll talk about the value proposition. This is a clear, concise statement showing the unique value you offer to your clients or your audience. So, as I said, what value are you bringing to the table? Maybe you are that young guy who is very good with Excel. Maybe businessmen, uh, you help businessmen to build clean Excel work. What do you do? What value are you bringing on board? Okay, so get a very clean value proposition. So for me, I believe that I'm creating support systems for young people. This is what I'm doing with Negos Hub. Okay, so what are you also bringing on board? What are you doing to help someone? You are good at graphic designing. What can you do to help someone? Let us know. Okay, yes. Okay, so Isaac is asking me that please, can you give us an example of the AI prompts? All right. I hope I would share that after my presentation. Okay. So get a clear and concise statement that shows what you want to offer, the value, so that when people see your connection request, they will know, oh, this person is into this, or this person is into building brands. Oh, I think he can help me, right? We find ourselves in a world where everyone wants to connect with someone who is going to bring value. So if you don't position yourself in that accord, trust me, no one would want to associate with you. So get a clear value proposition. What do you bring to the table? That's why I asked initially that what do you want to be known for? What do you bring to the table? Why do you want to be on LinkedIn? And verification badge enables LinkedIn's like I mean, yes. So this one, I think I've had a lot of people reach out to me that they don't know how to get it. So if you're a student and you have your student email, you can use it, right? If you're a worker and you have a work email, you can use it as well. Or if you have a company and then you own an email, let's say a personal one, you can use it. So for me, I'm using my email from Negos Hub, right? This speaks a lot. Okay, it means that your account is valid, right? People would want to trust you when you share content on LinkedIn. People would want to believe that this is coming from a valid person. This is coming from someone who knows what he's saying. And trust me, that is how you build trust and visibility. So don't leave this very thing to chance. Okay. So if you have a work email or a school email or a business email, you can use it to verify your account. It's very important. Okay, let's move on. Now let's talk about content strategy. I think I have left a lot of things from it because of the time. I have another engagement somewhere, so I have to look sharp. Now, content strategy. How then do you move from becoming a passive consumer to an active creator? If you, I mean, you really want to build on LinkedIn, and I think that this is for you. Okay, so let's all please. I hope we are learning something. If indeed you are learning something, type in the chat box learn, 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 so that I will know that yes, I have active people in there. If you are learning something, put in learn, 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 learn. Yeah, so I'm waiting for you. Yeah, put in learn just for me to know that yes, I have active people on board. All right, so whilst I wait, I would continue. Now, content strategy. A lot of people say that, hey, I mean, I don't know what to post to. What will I even talk about? What will I share? Right? It's because, yeah, Isaac, thank you. Isaac says that he's learning. Good, 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 good. I mean, that is good. That is good. I like that. Yeah, God's love says learn. Good. Thank you, God's love. Yeah. So someone will say, hey, me, I don't know what to share on LinkedIn. I don't know what to talk about on LinkedIn. It's because you've not found your purpose. You've not answered that big question. Why? The moment you are able to answer that question, why you want to build on LinkedIn, trust me, you would have a lot to talk about. That is how you build a niche, right? So define or find your why, and everything will be simple for you on LinkedIn. So now, content strategy. When you're able to answer the question why, automatically or obviously you would get some topics to talk about. Now, you should have a content calendar. For me, I talk about youth empowerment, I talk about leadership, I talk about entrepreneurship and general life, right? Things concerning the youth and life as a whole. So these are my content pillars. So whenever I want to create a post, I don't just wake up and say, "Oh, today I feel like posting about or talking about let's say youth empowerment." No, I don't do that. I'm following a calendar. So let's say, for instance, you want to talk about leadership every Monday, right? That is it. You could fix leadership on Mondays so that people who follow you will know, oh, Mondays, this guy will post about leadership. Oh, Sundays, This guy talks about, let's say, youth empowerment. Okay, so please build a content calendar. It's very important. So when you're able to find your why, you would obviously get things to talk about. And then from the things, or from the many things you would have at your disposal, you skim them, and then you pick 2 to 3 topics that you would want to really, you know, talk about. And then you make them your content pillars. Now, create valuable content. What do I mean by valuable? People don't care about you, like your post that you will make. No one cares like that, right? So if they read and then there is no value in there, trust me, they won't mind you. This is why most people struggle on LinkedIn. So before you think about posting, so let's say maybe Mondays you want to talk about leadership. Okay, what do I want to talk about? What are the things that my readers will pick from my content? Yeah. Okay. So don't just wake up and then just share anything. No, take your time, share valuable insights, things that are very relatable, things that people can relate. Okay, so let's say maybe you talk about youth empowerment. How are they relating to it? When people are able to relate to whatever you are sharing, trust me, they will give you a like, they will leave a comment, they will engage with your content. But if there is no value in there for them, no one will mind you. So please always create valuable content. Now, you might ask, okay, so then how do I go about it? No, we have the how to's, right? Maybe how to build this, how to build AI, how to build a business, how to do this. Those are the how to's, right? You- uh, yeah, share stories about things in life, how to succeed as a young person, how to do this, how to do that. Lessons you've learned in life, you can share them. I do all these things almost every day. Mistakes you made, you can share them, because normally people make similar mistakes, and trust me, they would relate to it. Maybe you've built a framework that is really working, you can talk about it. Okay, maybe you did a project and then you succeeded, or you had something and then you maybe you were into business and then it failed. What are the lessons in there? Share it with them. Okay, don't keep it, share it, because people can relate, and you don't know who is going to benefit from that content you shared. Now, define your post times and consistency. I see people posting 24/7 from Monday to Sunday non-stop. That is fine. If it's okay with you, that is good, right? But you should define your post times. So for me, from Monday to Friday, I post around 7 a.m., right? On weekdays, 7 a.m. On weekends, I post around 8. That is what I've seen that it's helping me. So maybe for you, you have a different set of people or audience, right? Try it out. Which one would work for you, and stick to it. Be consistent. Look, one of the things most people don't know is that without consistency on LinkedIn, you would always struggle. You would, I mean, you might feel like no one really cares about you, but just post that content, share that story, talk about your successes, talk about your failures, and people will start to relate to your content. Okay, that is if you stay consistent, you don't give up, you stay consistent. So you can, yeah, you can decide to post 2 to 5 times per week. That is you. If it's going to work for you, that is fine. For me, due to my work, I can't be posting every blessed day. So I post on Mondays, Tuesdays I don't post, Wednesdays I post, Thursdays I don't post, Fridays I post. That is what I have scheduled, right? Or my plan. So define your post times, and trust me, you'll be good, and stay consistent. Okay, I was supposed to change this into 2026. Now, your time, golden hour, and relevance. These three are Very important. Now, dwell time is the amount of time users spend reading or viewing your post. That is number one growth signal. LinkedIn, the algorithm is built in a way that the longer people take on your content or your post, okay, it signals the algorithm that look, this is a very valuable content, and so it helps it to, or it attracts more people. Okay, so the dwell time is very important. Golden hour, these are the meaningful comments, right, in the first 60 minutes to amplify reach. So if you make a post and maybe in the first 1 hour no one comments under it, then it means that there is something wrong, right? You need to next time check your content, because the more people comment under your post, the more it, it reaches out. So it's very important. Relevance. The algorithm now prioritizes niche expertise over broad viral content. A lot of people want to go viral, so they just do copy and paste. They go and copy people's content and then they share it. No, master something. That is why I asked you that what would you want to be known for? So if you want to be known for shoemaking, talk about shoemaking. Become that expert that everyone would reach out to. If you want to become a guru in Excel, become that young guy, that young lady who talks about Excel. And trust me, people will reach out to you. The moment you are known for something, every content you make about Excel or whatever niche you have, the algorithm would push it forward or would push it more for you. Okay, so it's very important. Don't think about going viral. Be an expert in something. All right. We all know that connections are very important. As young people, we need connections. We need to build connections. We need to build strategic connections. So, LinkedIn is the best place for you to build strategic connection. Send out connection requests to new accounts, reach out to people, send them connection requests. Build your social bank. Okay, it would serve you in the future. Trust me. Now, daily growth routine. This is what I do. Okay, so 30 minutes engagement with people's posts, support small accounts. So for me, before I make any post, I go there, I engage with people's posts. Look, LinkedIn is like a two-way kind of thing. If you don't do for me, I will see your post and I'll pass by it. I wouldn't engage in it. Okay, so always engage with people's posts even before you make your own post. Then 30 minutes to an hour, you make your post and you actively engage with your content, your post. This is where many people don't know. Now, when you create a post and you leave it there, it would vanish, it would disappear in the sky. So the moment you make a post, like or react to your own content, what it does is that it would send signal to your connections that, oh, Isaac has made a post. Oh, David has made a post. Then they would be compelled to go and see what you have shared. But if you make a post, and believe me, at that point in time, you're not the only person making that post. There are, millions of people making a post. So don't leave it to chance. When you make a post, react to it. It announces it to your networks, right? People in your circle, so that they would come and see or watch or read whatever you have said. So don't leave it to chance. Engage with your content. If maybe you have other upcoming events that you don't talk about, especially the founders and then business groups, you share them under your comments, right? Talk about them. That is a way to announce your content. That is a way to, spread out your posts. And because you engaged with people's content, the moment your post is pushed to their feeds, they are, they are compelled to also what, give you or return that same energy. That is how it works. And then always use 10 minutes to send connection requests to people in your niche, right? So your expertise, maybe in your field of study or your field of work, you send them connection requests after your content. So I mean, these three are my daily growth routine that I am using. So maybe you can also develop yours and then stick to it, right? It's going to work. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you. And if there is any question, I would want to take your questions in the chat box. Kindly share with me. Thank you very much. Madam Moderator, kindly take over. Hello. Okay. I don't know if the David, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Nora will speak soon. All right. So while we wait for her, thank you so much, Abenego. Thank you for your time. That was so much value. I mean, people charge for these things, but you have given out this to us for free. So thank you so much. Guys, let's show him some love. Just type something in the chat box. Tell him, show him some love, show him some love. All right, so quickly let's go on to the next person. Think Nora is having some challenges, and because of time, let's go on to the next person whilst we wait for her to join. Okay, so we are going straight to CV writing. You know that nowadays you may be very good, you may have the skills, but if you cannot tell the right story, if you cannot arrange that, structure that well, you will not be noticed or you not get noticed. And so today we also want to teach you how to write good CVs. So without wasting much time, let's invite our program lead, David, as he takes us through how to write good CVs. David, over to you. So you can unmute and start talking.
Yeah. Guys, it's wonderful. I think our first presenter deserves a lot of applause. So I especially thank him for all the value he shared. My heart goes out to everyone that has been able to join, and it's a wonderful evening. This is a good step towards your future. With that much ado, let me ask you this question: do you ever know that your CV or what you write as your CV for work goes to a robot, what we call the ATS system, before your recruiter ever gets it? We all know that the unemployment rate, even in Africa, has skyrocketed, and everyone wants a job. So when the call is made, there are tons of applications that are received. So it was very, very necessary that we have this session before we delve into Excel. So, the first part, I want to ask you, why do you think I'm here? And the answer obviously is I'm here to help you pass the 6 second scan. So, the 6 second scan is actually what your recruiter does. But before your recruiter gets your CV, you have to pass through the ATM system, which is a kind of robot system created to select the best CV among the many. So the next is that we know that everyone, that like the time that everyone is using is some way or the other limited. So we all work according to time. So the time that he's going to use to scan through thousands of CVs would be compressed. So they have what they are looking for. And by the end of my session today, you have what they are looking for and will give them the best. Please, let's move on to the next slide. So let's ask ourselves, why CV? Where did CV come from? Actually, if someone is in the chat box, I want to ask this question. What is the full meaning of CV? The first hands will get a gift from me. Please, David, check for me if we have answers in the chat box.
Okay.
What's the full meaning of CV? And please check the spellings too, because that is also part.
All
Let's see
right.
the fastest hand. Do you have any answers?
Not yet.
All right, we are giving them 1 more minute. If it is up, when it's 6:31, the door is closed for any answer. I want to see the fastest hands. All right, so time is up. And if I didn't get any answer, that's fine. But CV stands for curriculum vitae. And the reason why it's like that is because the first person to ever write a CV was called Leonardo da Vinci. If we say Leonardo da Vinci, most of us know Leonardo da Vinci, and we know that a lot about what he did has not even been done before, and no one has been able to do it. So, with what he was doing then, and still was required to bring out what we called a CV, was mad. So, this king, called the Duke of Milan, wanted help from maybe the best people in the world. So if you are part, most of the people that were looked at, no one was able to bring maybe the idea that let me write what I can do to help the Duke of Milan. But Leonardo da Vinci in 1482 did that, and it was surprising. Nobody had heard of it before. And what he did was that he listed what he could do when what he could build. So this man could even, he dreamed and drew what we call now a submarine. He had the plan long time. So he could do these things, but he had to put it out in a paper form and tell the king, this is what I can do to help you. So CV is about, it's not about your history. It's not only about your history, but it is a proposal for the company you are applying to their future. What are you going to add to their team? What are you going to do for them? How can you help their goals? This is what they are looking for in that paper, not everything about you or something about you that you are writing. Please, let's move on. So, without much ado, we are delving into, I call it the body parts of CV. So, like the human body part, we have the head, the neck, the hands, the legs. So, for the head of a CV is none the less than the personal information, your personal information. It is all about you, what your name is, what your email is, your LinkedIn account. At first, we didn't have LinkedIn as attached to it, but now it is very important that you add your LinkedIn to your CV, because most of the recruiters will go and want to know more about you from there. So it is very important and non-negotiable to add your LinkedIn to your CV. And the next thing is your location. You see, your location makes the person know that, oh, the job is in Accra. Are you truly in Accra? Your CV will tell. So those that don't update their CV when it is out of date or they have moved to a different place, please take note. Go back and change your location if you have moved from that place. That's saying. So let's go to a wrong. What are the components of a wrong heading? A wrong heading should not start. A wrong heading should. A good heading should not start with a normal capitalization of words. So you have to write your name boldly. So it should be big and it should be bold. Then a good heading or personal information should have your professional email. So let's look at the example that you can see. Let's say you have a company, this to my audience, and someone is applying. You are working with maybe 50 girls in your company and maybe 10 guys in the company. And someone is applying for a role in the company. And the person is sending you an email or has included an email that says sexy boy 123. Sexy boy. You see, it is a no-go area. For me, if it was me, your CV would be personally handpicked by me and thrown away because I don't want any trouble in my company. How can you send me an email and it is coming from sexy boy? So let's be careful with how our emails are. If your email is like that, you have numbers, you have names, please. I am an example. I used to have an email account that had David Cranium. Cranium means the skull. So in SHS, I used to fascinate about cranium a lot. So I added it to my name, and that was my email. So fast forward, when I was growing and learning, I saw that no, how can I send an email with David Cranium 111? So it is easy to get yourself another email than to stick with the old one and become rejected. So most of the times, if I'm doing some things, I use my professional email, and my professional email is on my CV. You don't want your other emails to be on your CV, please. This is a plea. Don't do it. Don't do it. Then the last thing is your location. And with the LinkedIn, please copy the right customized URL, please. So please let's move on to, without being said, let's move on to the next slide. And let's look at the neck. I call it the neck of your CV. The neck of your CV is your professional summary. When we say professional summary, we are talking about something unique about you that makes you stand out among the others. So if 1,000 people are applying to this job role, what makes you different? So there are rules of engagement here. You don't just write anything. For example, you don't just say hardworking, dedicated individual looking for an opportunity to grow and contribute to a dynamic team. This at all can disqualify you. If you are telling me this, and if you're a hardworking person, where are you hardworking? In which field are you hardworking? You have not told me anything. You are just citing, telling me vague things about yourself. So there is a formula to it. The formula is your job title plus the years of experience plus the top skill plus your major achievements. So I cited an example here. So the person that I used this example is a public health professional, and he stated it first because the person should know in which area you are coming from. So public health professional. Then the person added the years of experience. So it was 5 years here. So you too, if you are even a year into the experience, make it approximate it into maybe 2 years or something. So the least you can do there is 2 years of experience because you went to school, you did internships. So the least should be 2 years. And those in school, please, it's not by force. to add years of experience. If you are in school and you are doing internship, keep doing them. But immediately you are done with school, readily looking for a job, please update it. Update it. So the next thing is, he said top skills. So here the person stated that improving immunization coverage in rural communities. So this is an asset. This is going to get the person hired because he can do this. And most of the in the health sector, this is something that is very peculiar. And if there are thousands of applicants, he is going to be selected because he can do this. And data, so major achievements, so through data driven interventions. So that is something that you have to take note. What are your major achievements? What have you done? You can add it to your personal summary. Please, let's move on. So this is called the chest area and the belly parts. This is the actual experience. So what CV is all about is, as I mentioned first, what you can do for the company in the future. So you do this by highlighting what you have done before or currently doing. So let's say I am a farmer and I'm applying for an agricultural company to an agricultural company. I would say that I am so and so, and I have done 8 acres of farming. That is what I have done. But I will not end there. I would have to do some certain things to what I've just said to make it sound very appealing to the person reviewing your CV. So let's look at what we call the Google formula. The Google formula is simply an XYZ, where the X stands for what you have accomplished. So you're a farmer, you have accomplished what? Are you just a farmer? What have you accomplished? In maybe 5 years, I've farmed over 100,000 hectares of land. That is an accomplishment. And you see, I added the measurement already. So what was your accomplishment measured by? So 100,000 hectares of land producing maybe 60 or 70 cartons of tomatoes, yam, and cassava, a lot. So that is what my measurement is. So if you are done, then the last one would be by doing what? So how did you achieve it? So let's say I used maybe mechanized farming methods. So I used tractors. I used this one. I've placed everything in the XYZ formula, which will make my experience appealing to the one who is reading it. So you don't just go and say, I am this, I am that, I am that, I'm a farmer, I can do this. No. Make it an XYZ formula base. So you see, numbers suggest truth. When, let's say, this is of course, but let me bring it into the conversation so that we can all understand. I'm a professional and I am a researcher, and for a research career you have to continue your education. So if I'm writing an email to a professor who is sitting somewhere trying to analyze my work, I have to make my experiences align with numbers. So it means that if I'm able to tell the professor that I've reviewed 10 papers, I've peer reviewed 6 papers, the person might know, okay, this is true because he is able to measure what he has done. Compared to someone who just say, I've read papers, I have peer reviewed papers, mine will be believed more than him. So let your numbers speak for you. You have to work with volume. You have to work with time. So the time you did the thing, the percentages you achieved in, these are all very important. So from now onwards, go back to your CV, read the experiences, make sure you make it as I have taught you today. Please, let's move on to the next slide. So there are 2 approaches. Either you use the Google formula, which is the XYZ, or you use the STAR method. So the STAR method is simply the situation, task, action, and results. So when you use this method in your CV, bullet points and your interview answers. You enrich it. So what happened? What was happening? What was happening? So as a health professional that I'm using a CV, there was a measles outbreak. That was the situation then. Then what was the task for the person to do? He was to facilitate the campaign. So during the measles outbreak, this is how I put it. I was able to facilitate a campaign with a team of 6 people. What did you do? So this campaign was aimed to train 150 workers, and we did train 150 workers. And what was the results? We achieved 98% coverage. So if they are vaccinating those with measles and they have trained 150 people, they are going to achieve more results than maybe, let's say, 8 people doing the vaccination. So this is called the STAR method. You start with the situation you have encountered, you come to the task, and then you describe the actions you took and the results that came out of it. And with this, let me tell you, if you write your email in the XYZ or the STAR method, you are guaranteed that anyone that takes your CV would like to read it and read it again. So let's take heed to this. Next slide, please. So we are moving forward. We are moving forward, and we are going to talk about we are going to talk about your education and the extras. So what you don't have to leave out. You see, people can make this mistake and bring their education first. No, you are wrong. The person is not. If you are seeking work, you don't have to do that. If it's an academic CV, that one, Krano, you don't have to bring your education first. We will look at the organization, but not now. So when you are done with your experiences, so first, experience first. In every CV you are writing, bring your experiences first. Then add your education. So your educations, you would include the degrees you have had, the schools, the year you went to the school, and the relevant coursework if you are a fresh graduate. So most of us, we are out of school for 3 years, 4 years. We don't have to add the courses because when we just state the degree we had, that's all. But if you are fresh and you are coming out, there is a need to add relevant courses because maybe you are applying to something that would suit what you read in school. So adding that will give you a high chance. So they would with those that are fresh graduate, they require that you have working experience. So let's take note that add the courses that are relevant to the work you are seeking when you don't have a working experience. But if you have a working experience, please add sorry, please add your degrees and schools and year. That's all. So your volunteer, what you have volunteered in before, and your leadership experience, very, very critical. Let's say someone volunteered for Tree Ghana and you are applying with the same person, you don't have any Tree Ghana experience, you are applying to the same company at maybe forestry, a doom, and you want to compete with the guy has an experience you don't have, you are going to not that you are not going to get a job. That person is going to get a job because he has added a volunteering work that you don't have, and it is perceived that he has experience more than you. And your leadership positions, whatever you have led in before, please add it to it. And your certifications are very important. Most of us here have registered and paid for certifications. If you receive your certificate, there is a way to add your certificate to your CV. You have to add it as a link. This one, it took me years to get this Apple. Please take note. Your certifications are to be added as links. So take your document, send it to Google, maybe title a folder, your Google Drive, title a folder like maybe certifications, then add your certificates there, then copy the link of that folder, come and paste it at when you say maybe Google Data Analytics certificate, add the link to it or make it a link so that the person will easily go press it and get your certificate to view it and see that what you are saying is true. I recently was talking to a man and I was like, oh, I'm a data analyst. And he was like, you're a data analyst. Okay, send me your CV. Because I've done that, he was able to take my CV, view my Google data analytics certificate, and come back to me and tell me, okay, I've now believed you. We will work together when you start school. So please, let's take note of that. Next slide. Next slide. All right, so these are the types of CVs we have. We have the chronological start. No, please, previous. Let's go to the previous one. Let me touch on it before we go to there. So we have three types. We have the chronological, which is the standard. Every worker goes by the standard. So if you are here, you want a job, please go by the standard. Go by the standard. That's what we have discussed. We have the academic. Academic is tailored to academic. That one, the only difference is that your professional summary will not be professional summary. It will be research interest. Take it from me, research interest. You change professional summary into your research interest because you are going to send it to people that would be interested that you work for them in these areas. So let them know the areas you want to work when you are writing the academic CV. And we have the functional one. If you are transitioning from one career to the other, or you are now entering into a field and you are creating a CV, please create a functional CV, meaning tailor your CV to the work you are looking for. Tailor your CV to the work you are looking for. Please, let's go to the next slide. There are mistakes that we do every day. We are humans and we are bound to make mistakes. That's why you are ahead of 70% of people in Ghana right now joining this live session. You are ahead of them because you are going to be corrected, and because you are corrected, you will send your good CV and get the job faster than them. So the first one is one size fits all. It's a myth and it's not true. When you have a CV, me personally, I have a mother CV, I have an academic CV, I have a work CV, and I even have a functional CV. I applied for a marketing job and it was my functional CV. I have a data analytics CV. So look at the CVs I have. And you are sitting there telling yourself that, oh, one CV is enough. No, no, no. Go back and create different CVs for different purposes. The typos. You are a step ahead of the people. Don't make mistakes. Do not make mistakes. We are in an age where mistakes are too costly. When your recruiter is reviewing your CV in 6 seconds, and instead of I went to so and so to do this one, you say are they go come something. The person is laughing at the CV, and if your CV is being laughed at, what makes you think they will take you serious and hire you? They are not going to do that. So please don't make mistakes. And we have bad file formatting. When you save your work in Word format, you are harming yourself. Unless you are told to send your CV in a Word format, please don't try it. Don't try it. Your formatting will shift your work when your recruiter is going to open your work. It will be so nasty, and the person will like, this person didn't spend time doing this. Why should I hire the person? This person is lazy. Why should I hire the person? So please save your file in PDF format every time. Then the buzzwords. What we call buzzwords are team player, go getter, very hardworking, those things. Show us how you did that. Use the X, Y, Z or the star method to show us how you were a team player. Show us how you're a go getter. Don't just say that and go away. No. That's not done. Please, let's move on to the last slide. The last slide. So I want to close by saying this. I believe that AI is here to stay. Most of us are using AI, but it takes more than using it. We are to use it responsibly. You don't have to mess up your life by using AI. There was a story I came across that Nana Banamwa was saying that this young girl was chasing her up and down, begging her, help me get a job. And Nanaba was like, okay, send me your CV. Nanaba, I think I didn't get a story right, either CV or work something or something. You send her something. And what the girl did was that she told ChatGPT, sat down, crossed her leg, sleep in her sofa, and told ChatGPT, do this and that for me. After that, she copied everything and sent it to Nana Banamwa. And you know that everything that AI will say, let's say, oh, AI will start by saying, this is a good thing you are doing. Let's do this and that. AI will generate. Then the last part, AI will say, I want to do this next. Oh, or something like, what do you want us to do next? These were all in the letter. I tell you. Nana Badamwa took the thing and came online and was like, you people, we are not the problem. It's not that we are not helping you. You guys are lazy. At least delay these things from it and send it to me. You have brought the thing like it is in a PDF format. What should I do with it? So I want to urge us that we are to use AI responsibly. And what I want you to do is that don't say, write my CV. No. Say, audit my CV. How can I make this the best? You see, I've added a prompt here. Here is my bullet point. How can I make it more quantifiable? Like adding numbers that I said. Or how can I make it good using XYZ, the STAR method? Do that instead. Write your thing yourself, your experiences. You see, one thing I always say is that when you send someone who is your recruiter an AI written script, AI cannot go and work for the person. You are going to be denied because AI will not be picked there. AI will be rejected. So please use AI responsibly. That brings me to the close of my presentation. Welcome to questions and thank you. I love you all. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much, David. Nora, I
Can
think you
anybody
can
hear
speak
me?
now. Yes,
Can
we
you hear
can
me,
hear you
please?
now.
All right. Thank you
Yes.
so much, everyone. I'm so grateful that you've stayed on this program till this time. My apologies for um, earlier experience. I think I had issues with my speaker, but I sorted out now. Thank you so much, Mr. David Ej. So we'll now ask for questions, but then it can be sent into the chat box because we are far behind time. We'll also let Mr. Somenu introduce his last presentation or the very final presentation for today. And then he will do it briefly because we're already far behind time. So, Mr. Somenu, kindly start. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Nora. And thank you, David. That was a powerful presentation. I know that anybody that is on this call, if you are really serious and you go back to at least review what is taught and you implement everything, you are going to stand out in every job application that you apply for. So yes, this session is all about Excel. And so LinkedIn and CV are bonuses. And so Excel. So why Excel? Why now? And is it really necessary that we take this session on Excel? Now, the truth is that nowadays we generate massive amounts of data every second. And so it is becoming really, really relevant that we are able to manage, we are able to analyze, we are able to get insights from the data that we generate. Let me give you an example. Probably most of you have been using data, but you don't know. So at the workplace, data comes in the form of salaries that are being paid. Data comes in the form of for consumptions that are used by workers, managers, any other person. Um, Data comes in a form of even bonuses that they pay and any other thing that happens in or at the workplace. And so those who can manage data, those who can explain data, extract insight out of data are people who are very sought after. And so data is no longer an option. We have to make sure that we know how we can manage data, we know how we can extract insights out of data. Now, how do we do that? One tool that is really powerful for that is Excel. And so everybody now, across every business, across every industry, they use Excel for reporting, for analyzing data, for calculations, for visualizations. Even academics, project work, you need to know how to use Excel because you need to draw charts, you need to use visualizations. Research has shown that if you are able to explain, give presentations using charts, people understand better than if you are just giving abstract documents or numbers, people will not understand. And so it becomes really important that we know how to use Excel, and then we are able to use Excel to make decisions. Now, there is also one thing that is becoming really important, that is AI. How can we use AI with Excel to be able to work really fast at a high speed? Let me give you an example. One time, my boss gave me a document to analyze, and under a tight deadline. And so he gave me, he went to lunch, saying that I should try and be able to analyze that very fast so that when he comes, we can just work on it. And when he came, I'm done. He was surprised. How? So what I did is to just give AI what I have, give it the right prompt, and then AI gave me proper insights that I need to know. And so we cannot avoid AI. We also have to learn how to use AI to be able to move very fast at a high speed, but we will be very accurate at what we are doing. And so because of time, we will not jump straight into Excel today, but tomorrow we'll start with Excel. We'll see how we can use Excel to make better decisions, things like pivot tables, things like charts. At least we'll make it really practical, really practical. Those people who have joined some of our programs before will tell you that most of our sessions are very, very practical. And so come join us tomorrow. If you have your laptop, join or come with your laptop so that you can practice as we learn. And that is going to be the career accelerator that you need. So, guys, thank you so much and see you again tomorrow, same time. All right, Nora, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, each and every one of us on this call. It's actually a pleasure. You don't normally organize such programs and find people glued to their screens up until this time. And so, from Impact Minds Network, we say thank you all for honoring our invitation, for joining this call, for choosing to learn and choosing to advance yourself and your career at this point in time. And so, if we don't have any question, I just want to leave you with this. So, you're saying that we have come to the very end of our impactful session of the Campus to Career Bootcamp Excel edition. Today has reminded us of one important truth: opportunity favors those who are prepared. The skills shared here, Excel proficiency, professional communication, personal branding, and CV writing, are only extras. They are career essentials. But remember, knowledge alone doesn't change outcomes, application does. And so it is my wish that we've not just listened, but we've actually uh, drawn plans to make sure that whatever we have learned today will not go waste. And also, thank you also for this bootcamp to Impact Minds Network. We know that today is even day one, but we are so happy at how day one has even eventually ended. And we are so hopeful that we are going to learn a lot more tomorrow. On behalf of Impact Minds Network, I want to sincerely thank our speakers. Unfortunately, not all of them are on the call at this point in time, but we want to say thank you to Mr. Abednego Erun, Negos Hub founder. Thank you so much. Thank you too to Mr. David Ejase. We are so grateful for that wonderful knowledge you shared with us. We are grateful. And thank you to Mr. David Echesomenu for birthing such an idea and also making sure that we are always learning and we are sharing this learning with people all around us. Thank you. This is definitely not the end. It's the beginning of our transitioning from campus thinking to career execution. And we meet tomorrow, same time and same as space. So do not miss tomorrow's session. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be educative. It's going to be entertaining. We want to make you anticipate tomorrow's session. So we are not going to give you full details of what to expect tomorrow. But what we can say is that do not miss tomorrow's session. Thank you and do enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much, everyone. We call it a night.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. You can share your experiences on LinkedIn. That is how you are going to start your credibility today. So you can do that as well. You've learned a lot on LinkedIn today. Take it upon yourself as a challenge to start something now. So Nora, thank you too. Thank you for the wonderful work done. See you all tomorrow.
All right.